A lot of questions about dying and death. What's wrong with you people? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. This is my best friend. Welcome back. This is part 2 of my Q&A. If you haven't seen the part 1, I'll link it down below so you can go and check it out. I actually ended my last video in this room. Now I'm beginning it in this room. But yeah, this is part 2. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, bye. Any cute doctors? No. Not yet. No offense to the doctors I've met, but they're mostly women. And I'm attracted to men, so no. Yeah, the women are cute. So if you are into women, then yes. But in my case, no. Did you lose any friends because of your diagnosis? Yes, I did. You really get to know people when something like this happens to you. No bad blood to any friend. It's just that you get to know people, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world, I guess. Are you and that friend of yours that you told us about in one of your videos seeing each other? So I think 2 videos ago, I told you guys about my trip to Switzerland with a complete stranger with this guy. But no, we are not seeing each other. We are just friends. I hope we're gonna see each other soon, but we're not seeing each other. Seeing each other. We're not a couple, no. Do you ever wonder if you need to make arrangements if things go bad? I myself have a will. Okay, funny story. I mean, it's not funny, but in 2017, I went on a world trip. And before that trip, I actually created a document in case something would happen to me on that trip. So there are letters in the document to my friends. There are letters to my parents. And also there's like a page that tells everybody what they have to do, like a funeral and what to do with my stuff. So I already had a document, like a will, years ago. I already created that years ago. The only thing I just did when I heard that I have cancer is that I just updated the will, or I updated the document. So yeah, I did make arrangements. There is a document available. There's one other person that has the document, so he knows what to do when something happens to me. But I didn't create it because I got cancer. It was already there. Do you feel that people only recognize people with shaved heads as cancer patients? Not really. People know that I'm sick. Like, showing people that I go to the hospitals and all that makes them recognize that I'm sick. I don't need to have a bald head for that. But I do feel that when I do get bald, everybody around me is gonna notice and is gonna recognize that I'm sick. Right now it's just people that know, and if I walk around like on this parking lot and I run into people, they wouldn't know. So in a way, yes, if I were like bald-headed and I would walk around, I think people would kind of guess that I'm sick. Sometimes people forget that I'm sick because I don't look sick, and then I brush my hair and I pull out like a lot of hair, like, and a friend is with me and he'll be like, oh god, you were sick, I remember. So in a way, yes, no. Do you care less about superficial things like body image, clothes? Actually, no. Clothes actually make me feel a lot better. So I discovered that buying a new outfit really helps my mood. I haven't done that a lot, but I bought this t-shirt, for example, and it made me feel so much better because it just changes the way you feel, I feel like. Body image, I actually like my body less since I got cancer. That's a tough subject. I care more. I feel ugly like a lot of the times. I don't feel beautiful at all. I might be posting pictures on Instagram that, you know, portray that I feel like I'm pretty, but I don't feel pretty at all. So I actually care more about those things, which I shouldn't do at all, because it doesn't matter what you look like, and or if you have scars or anything, it doesn't matter at all. But it keeps me busy sometimes. Are you considering to take time off, postpone school and jobs? Absolutely not. Jobs, by the way, yes, I don't have a job. I don't have an income because they can't really rely on me because I don't know when I feel well or not. And with school, everything is online, which to me is really, really nice. So that means that if I miss a class, I can just watch it online. If I don't feel well, I can just stay in my bed. And I actually really want to finish as much of school as possible because I just don't want to screw myself over in the future and have to do all this stuff for school that I could have easily done when I was sick. Also, it is a nice way for me to not think about me being sick because with Corona, there's nothing really much you can do other than just your schoolwork. So I'm actually very motivated to do my schoolwork. If I end up being too sick and not being able to do that, I might have to postpone it, but my actual goal is still graduating next summer or this upcoming summer. Does chemo have any effects on a person's sexual desires? In the week, in my case, no. Not yet. Actually, when I feel sick, of course, I don't really feel like doing anything, but when I feel fine, there are also sexual desires. So in my case, no, but I know that for a lot of people that does change. So yeah, but to me, no. Are you afraid you won't get better? Yes. I am afraid I won't get better. And I shouldn't think like that, of course. At night, I can't really sleep and then I think of stuff like that. And then I get afraid that I won't get better and that I won't be able to see the world or, you know, have my dream job. How is your dating life? It's still there, but it's hard because I don't feel attractive, and that's not really good when you want to go out and try to date. Like, how are you going to explain a pick line or that you have cancer? You know, that's not just something you want to drop on a first date or something like that. So, but it's also not something you're going to go and keep a secret, because I tried to keep it a secret from somebody, and that person asked me if I have an Instagram and all that, and I said no, I don't have Instagram. Because if they were to Google me, they would find out that I have cancer. So I tried to lie about that. I lied for like an hour and then I just couldn't because I felt so guilty, because it is something that they're supposed to know. It's not good to keep that for yourself. So, and then everybody reacts differently to that, of course. But I don't feel attractive. I don't feel like I should be dating right now. I mean, I probably shouldn't, but it's also nice to get to know new people. But yeah, my dating life is a little, yeah. Last question. Are you scared of dying? And if yes, how do you deal with that? I'm actually not scared to die. I just don't want to die. There's so much to live for, and it'd be a shame if I had to leave the earth earlier than I envisioned myself leaving earth. But I'm not scared as long as it's not gonna be painful, you know? So that, I guess, I just don't want to die. And how do I deal with thinking about death? So I try not to think about it. That's what I do. I try not to think about it because it makes me upset. I got a lot of apologies, by the way, from the people who asked me this question about death because, you know, it's not a really funny subject, but this Q&A really was for you guys to ask me questions that you are normally afraid to ask a person. So you guys asking me about death doesn't matter at all. I'm glad you got to ask somebody. So that was actually the last question. Thank you guys so much for sending in all your questions. It was actually really fun. I hope I answered them good enough. I answered them truthfully. Again, those are my opinions, my answers. I'm not talking for the whole cancer community. I feel like everybody has their own answer to these questions, but I'm glad we got to do this. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will probably see you next time. Yeah, okay, bye.